officers, the media, and all of you here present today. Good morning. Before I proceed, I just would like to congratulate the department under Honorable Secretary Kasmin Sir and the Armed Forces of the Philippines under the leadership of General Katapang for the job well done in handling the Golan Heights crisis. Congratulations, sirs. You have made us proud Filipinos. Thank you very much. In fact, this representation, together with my colleague Congressman Acedillo in the Magdalo Partylist and other colleagues, have filed their House Resolution number 1439, commending our United Nations Peacekeeping Force for their bravery and courage in defending their position against overwhelming Syrian terrorist forces. Madam Chair, I just would like to manifest before I proceed with my questioning that while the armed forces is defending their budget, they are actually in a way defending their lives, defending the lives of our soldiers in the field, as this budget will be used in buying more equipment, food, ammunition, materials, and others that would increase the chance of our soldiers to survive in combat. I'm saying this because I was also a former serviceman. My first question is about the modernization, sir. The components of the Armed Forces Modernization Program, 7898 and 10349, there are 5 components: force restructuring and organizational development, capability, material, and technology development, basic support system development, human resource development, and doctrines and development. I just would like, what is the percent distribution of the funds among the components provided for under the law within the 5-year period? Because I have the impression that the Armed Forces, the Philippines Modernization Program, focuses on the procurement on big ticket items. Just a rough estimate, sir.
Your Honor, Madam Chair, we cannot provide you exactly in terms of percentage how much is allocated for human resource development, the basic support system development, doctrines development, and so on and so forth. But we would like to assure this committee and the Honorable Congressman Rep.Alejano that in the acquisition of the 24 projects, the requirement for doctrines, training, and support services are partially addressed. In other words, when we acquire FY2015, there is a component for the establishment of hangar. The training of our pilots, which is part of the human resource development, is also part of the component. But we can provide with, we will be allowed to provide with the exact percentage on the 5-year modernization program that we are proposing for each component of the modernization program.
Thank you, sir. In relation to this, I have asked this question before in the last year hearing. I would like to reiterate this question. In the procurement of materials, is the Philippine Military Academy included in the consideration? For example, in the 50,000 more M4 rifles that arrived, and actually the Armed Forces is starting to distribute this to the troops. How many of it will go to Philippine Military Academy for training purposes?
We acquire the total number, and we leave it to the Armed Forces to decide the distribution of the M4 rifles that we acquire. Perhaps you can ask the Chief of Staff to provide it.
Naitanong ko po ito, sir, dahil yun nga, while we are procuring materials for the Armed Forces Modernization, kailangan din po natin i-prepare yung ating officers sa mga material na ito na kanilang hahawakan when they become finally officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Kaya nga po, siguro mas importante we provide some percent to Philippine Military Academy para magamit po nila ito, matrain po sila for the future. So, sir, in relation to this again, sir, when we visited PMA weeks ago, I observed that some of the buildings and facilities, especially the quarters, are dilapidated. The area covered by PMA is not even fenced. Open po, may mga squatters pa. May I ask then PMA if they have plans to address this, or better, a master development plan, not only addressing not only the issues I mentioned, but all other issues related to training of our future officers.
Your Honor, may I request the superintendent to answer the question?
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir, Your Honor. Actually, sir, we have a project now, which is we are preparing for a master development plan, which we hope to complete by December, and it will cover the 300 hectares occupied by the PMA. The one the Honorable Congressman is also referring is the fencing of the entire 300 hectares. And if we do not do this, it will be occupied by informal settlers. And the master development plan will cover the facilities and the equipment that will be put in place in PMA. But this is just the plan. But in the future, we still need to have the funds to have this, to put flesh and bones to this plan. So we are appealing to the honorable committee to support this development plan, to include the funding in the future development of the academy.
Yes, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, because it's important that we see the overall plan so that we will check against their proposals. So thank you, sir, for that information. Next, my question is directed to the Philippine Army, sir. In the stopping summary of the Philippine Army on page 895 of the National Expenditure Program, Volume 3, it says there that the Philippine Army was able to fill all the positions for military it is authorized to fill. That is 85,570 in 2013, 85,000, the same number in 2014, and in 2015, 85,525. Does it mean that the table of organization equipment or TOA of Philippine Army is 100% filled in? Will you please explain it, sir?
Sir, Your Honor, the authorized troop strength does not reflect the required number or strength for the TOA. The ATS, which is 85,570, is short. Just check the data, sir. Per TOE, sir, we are supposed to have 100,891 per TOE, but our authorized troop strength is only 85,500.
Can you please repeat the number of me?
Per TOE, we are supposed to have 100,891 with 8,125 officers and 92,766 enlisted personnel. But for our authorized troop strength, we only have 85,570.
Thank you, sir. I ask this because in the item 3 in the NEP, again, volume 3, special provisions on page 896, under the Philippine Army, it says there that the CAF book shall be scaled down in anticipation of its planned demobilization as a result of the implementation of the revised AFP modernization program. So do you have a timeline when to totally demobilize the CAF book? And what are your plans once this is done? Because we need troops on the ground, considering that we need 100,891 people on the ground. And with this demobilization program, we will be lacking troops on the ground, sir.
Your Honor, the demobilization of CAFCO will depend solely on the obtaining security situation in the entire country. Although we have already a plan on how to demobilize by phasing the CAFCO, but it will all depend on the strategic assessment and the obtaining situation in the entire country.
So there is no timeline, sir, for the demobilization?
None yet, Your Honor. But we are prepared to demobilize in the event that the security situation would allow it.
Thank you, sir. Madam Chair, I will move to my next question. This is again the staffing issue in general headquarters. Upon reviewing the staffing summary of the general headquarters, armed forces, and the ASUS, the total number of field positions for civilian personnel has been consistently 55% below the total authorized position for civilian personnel in the actual, current, and proposed years, 2013, 2014, and 2015. May we know the reasons of the shortfall, sir? This is just for the civilian personnel, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Your Honor. The reason for the fill-up issues is because we are still undergoing the implementation of the rationalization plan. The deliberations of civilian employees are continuing in all the services and the issues. But we expect to have this deliberation completed in my estimate probably early next week for all the positions.
Thanks, sir. May I inquire, Madam Chair, sir, from the Chief of Staff, if there are civilian personnel at present assigned to the Office of the Legislative Affairs, or OLA, if any, what are their positions or qualifications?
Your Honor, I believe we have civilian positions for OLA, but I guess the Chief OLA can answer this more clearly, how many positions there are for the office. I'm General Counsel of the OLA. I have 3 civilian right now, but one is qualified and the 3 stands. So,
3 personnel.
yeah, we have allocated 4, but we have 1 right now and the 2 are coming.
Thank you. I ask this question, Madam Chair, because I feel that the legislative agenda of the armed forces could be best translated into meaningful legislations through the assistance of experts and technical people, like lawyers and legal researchers, and that they should occupy plantilla positions to assure continuity, sustainability, and institutional memory, considering the ad hoc nature of the present Armed Forces Legislative Affairs Board. That is my recommendation to our Chief of Staff. Thank you. My last question, Madam Chair. I just would like to ask this because I received a complaint from health workers in the armed forces that they have not fully received their Magna Carta allowances. One complaint said that they have not received their Magna Carta allowances for more than 9 months now. However, when I reviewed the history of your budget, the Magna Carta for Public Health Workers as per Republic Act 7305 has been included in the General Headquarters Armed Forces, in the APSUS, Philippine Army, the Air Force, and the Navy. Let me cite, for example, under APSUS, in 2013, an actual amount of 96,834,000 was obligated. In 2014 and 2015, both 63,578,000 allocated and proposed respectively. Can you please confirm this amount?
Sir, at this moment, sir, I cannot give you the actual numbers, but we do budget the Magna Carta for our medical for the and we continually process the vouchers for the use of the Magna Carta. I will have to check if there are really delays for the just beyond 2 months. That's part of the law. And we'll address it.
I would just relay the complaint to your office so that this complaint will be addressed. Madam Chair, I would like to manifest that I fully support the budget of the Department of National Defense as they're responsible in defending our country from all forms of aggression, whether internally or externally, and to make sure that we enjoy the freedom in our democratic way of life. Congratulations and thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning.
Thank you, Gary. We'll now go to Honorable Antonio T.